And the member representing Usukwato Umunochi Federal Constituency of Abia State, Amobi Ogah, has restated his push for the prosecution of the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Nkeiruka over alleged forgery of election results in 2023. Ogah, in a statement, said he is not on a selfish mission, but driven by a determination to curb electoral offenses. He explains that the suit filed at the Federal High Court, Abuja, is intended to ensure that electoral offenses do not occur again before and during the 2027 polls. The lawmaker says the court order compelling the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to investigate and prosecute the minister is a matter he will pursue to the end. However, the minister says she is not distracted by the development, noting that a major preoccupation is assisting President Bola Tinubu to deliver the renewed hope agenda to Nigerians. She says the lawmaker could not prove the alleged forgery at the election tribunal. Okay, I think we have a live chat rather for more on this. Joining us now is the legal advisor of the All Progressives Congress rather in Abia State, Vigilus Nwankwo. Hello, Vigilus. Very warm welcome to Newsnight, and thanks for joining us to unravel some of these legal tussle. Yes, tell us, give us a brief of these tango, between the minister and Honorable Ogah. This matter is already subject of litigation, yes, and there's been a ruling.
Yes.
All right.
Let me start by saying that there is no fundamental burning or critical issue that has arisen recently. The recent court proceedings is an act of a person or a member of House of Reps who stole a mandate and is panicking because 2027 election is approaching. It is aimed at an attempt to diminish and reduce the status and political tower and height of the Honorable Minister for Labor and Productivity. I may want to remind you that the Honorable Minister for Labor and Employment, Honorable Chief Onyejocha, apart from being a legal practitioner, was a chairperson to tenure in Abia State. Thereafter, she became a commissioner in Abia State. After that, she contested 2027 election as a member of House of Reps and won. Recontested again in 2011 and won. Recontested in 2015 and won. 2018, she joined the APC, set up structure at the grassroots, door to door, did a elaborate campaign, and by 2029 election, she won overwhelmingly. 2019 election.
Yes.
Then it was in 2003 election. That's the immediate past election. 2023. That she also won that election. She won her local government. I was a member of the team that monitored the election for her. It was at the collection point that it was discovered that there were electoral infractions wherein results entered in from EC 8A1, which is the polling unit result of the election.
So you're well apprised with the issues of the Federal High Court now proceedings, yes, against the person of the Honorable Ministers. You, yes, want to highlight some of these issues?
Yes, I'm surprised at what is circulating at the media, that the court of the Honorable Justice M.G. Omar of the Federal High Court number 5 gave an order, compelling order of mandamus, compelling INEC to prosecute and investigate the Honorable Minister for Labor and Productivity. That is not true. The application was filed as an expert application, filed by Ogah, wherein he went to the court and prayed the court to grant him leave. Leave in technical legal terms is permission in ordinary parlance English. Permission for him to commence the process, the suit, wherein the court will hear and determine whether the court will make an order for INEC to investigate the Honorable Minister for the alleged forgery. So if you look at the ruling of the court say the order is for an order of leave for him to apply for an order of mandamus. He is yet to apply for that order.
So it's not been granted?
It has not been granted. That's what we want, impression we want to correct. They're not speculating that the court made an order directing INEC, compelling INEC to investigate and prosecute.
And how does this conflict with the election petition already filed by the Honorable Minister in the tribunal challenging the return of Honorable Ogah?
Yeah,
was the allegation of forgery, an issue in the proceedings of the tribunal?
Let me finish the point. The point, I want to make it clear that the court is here to make an order for INEC to investigate and prosecute. And when you look at the couching of the relief of the order of the court, arising from the couching of the relief, what we call couching, the drafting of the prayer. They drafted it and said for INEC to prosecute and investigate, which means it's a preemptive action. You have taken decision that INEC, in far as they investigate, they must find a prima facie case against
a decision that the court has not given.
The court has not given. Before filing the suit, they have taken that decision. In terms of investigation or inquiry or inquest, is either the person is indicted, a prima facie case established, or the person is arrested and the allegation dismissed, or the investigative body can also make a decision that the person who brought the petition is malicious and should be charged to court for false information. These are 3 scenarios that can arise in a situation of diligent and proper investigation. Investigation is yet to be carried out. How can you now be asking for...
So the true case and the court decision which is yet to be made,
up till now, they have not even served the motion on notice, which will be argued for the court to determine whether to make that or, and it will be contested. It will be on motion. It's no more ex parte, where the only one party was heard. This time around, there will be fair hearing. Defense will be filed, suit will be canvassed, argument will be made before the court will take a decision whether to now make that order, order of mandamus. If the mandamus is a compelling order, compelling INEC to now investigate. That's why it should stop. If INEC come to the conclusion, no prima facie, that ends it. That's as regards the court order. Then from what you're asking about the forgery allegation, the forgery allegation was the only defense Ogah introduced at the tribunal. After the election, the Honorable Minister immediately, discovering that she won the election from the results we got from the polling unit, which is the fountain and the pillar and the foundation of the electoral process in Nigeria, we computed and reworked it and saw that she won the election. She quickly applied for the CTC of the certified true copy of all the election results from the INEC in Umuahia, Abia State. The head of the legal department issued a certified true copy signed by the head of legal department, Barrister Betta Amade, and issued it to her. It was on basis of that document that her petition was filed at the tribunal. When Amobi eventually was served, he went to the same INEC some weeks after, applied for his own CTC. Then at that point, when he filed his reply, they started alleging that the election result which we had, for which we filed the petition, was forged. During the proceedings in evidence, the tribunal admitted that evidence was tendered. INEC staff from the ITF department came. The document was tendered through him. It was not objected by the INEC, represented by a senior advocate of Nigeria. The tribunal admitted it as an evidence and relied upon it. And in the course of their proceeding, they were able to determine that she won that election. When Amobi appealed to the Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal, even though they obtained that judgment, it was not on the basis of forgery. The Court of Appeal emphasized that at the trial tribunal, that we did not call, or that the judge did not call the polling agents who were the people that signed those various polling unit results to come and give evidence as to authenticate the results of the polling unit, wherein he, Amobi, manipulated, and which we tender, for which tribunal used in computing the result. But we relied on the law, because I was a member of the legal team. We relied on the fact, the new law then, that say where you are not disputing the polling unit result from EC 8A1, you can now, you don't need to call the party agent that signed the result, because you are not disputing that. We never disputed the polling unit result. The dispute was the result in Form B, collected the result, where there was manipulation by him.
But the Court of Appeal, saw it otherwise.
Yeah, saw it otherwise. Well, but it must be emphasized.
Yeah.
It must be emphasized that both the tribunal and the Court of Appeal never found that there was
Any
allegation,
case of
forgery against her.
I think it's not for us here to adjudicate in this matter. It's better left, to the courts to really determine.
Yes, but you asked of the tribunal, and I told you it was an issue.
Yeah.
The tribunal is a court, and the Federal High Court is also a court.
Absolutely.
Now, if a court of competent jurisdiction in charge of election petition, in fact, in electoral jurisprudence, where an allegation is established in election petition, the tribunal will make that finding of fact in that, and in their judgment, they will overturn that election and make an order commanding or compelling INEC to investigate that party who forged the electoral result. That was not the scenario in this case, which means the issue of subjury, that now issue of forgery that got resurrected because of fear of 2027, right, was an issue already determined. In fact, in law, we call it issue estoppel. If an issue has been determined by a court of competent jurisdiction, that issue cannot come up again for determination adjudication
absolutely.
in another court of competent jurisdiction.
I think you've said something that is very expedient here. All these tango is coming because of the future elections in 2027.
The fear of 2027 election.
So between APC and Labour Party,
in Abia State. And why the Honorable Minister is the target? She's the mirror. She's the face of APC in Abia State. She's on ground, solidly, unshakable. Politically, she has her clout, grassroots command, grassroots appeal. The women are there. She's loved. She's a philanthropist. Everything positive of her politician is endured in her, or inures in her. And because of that, she now becomes a target of some other people who are hiding under Amobi, Ogah, to now want to fight her because of 2027 election. But I want to assure Nigerians.
She's coming out as a governorship candidate.
I wouldn't determine what she's coming out for at the appropriate time.
No, you are the right-hand person.
No, I don't have that brief now, and I have not been informed.
I like that. Speaking like a lawyer, you don't have the brief now. Yes. You don't want to jump.
But all I know is that she's going to be active in 2027.
Yeah.
There will be God's direction, and when she comes out for whatever position is going to,
it has to be the direction of the people first.
Yes, of course. Of course, the people are calling on her, and it is because of what they are seeing happening at the grassroots that they came up with this allegation. It is a false, malicious, is an action that was filed mala fide as against bona fide, not in good faith. It's offensive and repulsive. All
right. Thank you so very much. Barrister Vigilus Nwankwo is the APC Abia State legal advisor for coming on Newsnight. It's like a right of reply to shed more light.
Thank you very much.